right, DetroitBob, we're back again at RPM. I just keep coming to this place because it's got great records and great 45s. And there's Leland right there. He definitely greets you at the door, and he's a friendly face. So let's go in and see if we can find some Northern Soul. All right, here we are. We're back in the 45 room, and you gotta love this because limit 45 RPM. That's a cool sign. And we're gonna find some really good stuff today. I can just feel it. How's it going? Oh, you actually play them before you buy them. That's pretty smart. All right, here's the plan. I got the list right here, and I've got them highlighted, which are the ones that are on Motown, VIP, Soul, all Motown labels. So I'm gonna look them up, because this list is the Northern Soul Top 500 that I got from these guys. It says by Stephen Parker, but I think he's collected up all these lists. This says written by Kev Roberts, originally published in Goldmine Book 2000. So wish me luck. Let's start off looking right away for Wilson. That would be W. And Frank. Okay, Wainwright. Let's do a little wide angle on that. Okay, I'm working the list, and the first thing I see is Wilson. So we're going to do some filming and looking at the same time. Otis Williams. There's Al Wilson right there. So, the Snake. Listen to me. Playboy Records. Show and Tell. I'm going to pick up a copy of this Show and Tell. I don't see the Snake. Listen to me. Listen to me. Okay. So Al Wilson, I know Show and Tell. I'm going to pick up the better of these two. That looks pretty clean. And it's cleaner than that one. So I'm going to get the better of those two. This one right here. So Show and Tell, I'm pretty sure I know it. Show and Tell is a game we play. It's a great song, actually. All right. Wilson. Frank Wilson. So what we want to find this guy right here, because that's the Northern Soul one. There he is, Frank Wilson right there. And we're looking forward to I Love You. Oh, that's all Jackie. Jackie. We want Frank. J. Frank Wilson. Last Kiss. Which isn't the same as Frank Wilson. So Last Kiss we picked up last time we were here. So J. Frank Wilson and Frank Wilson, quite possibly and probably two different people. Last Kiss, Last Kiss, Last Kiss, Last Kiss. Okay, so there you go. Okay, that does it for Wilson. Now who we got? Taylor. Hardine Taylor. Let's see what we got here. So would this be, there he is. Let's take this box out. So we're looking for There's a Ghost in My House on VIP. And see if we can zoom in a little bit. Indiana Wants Me was his big hit. So I might pick that up as a placeholder. But what we're looking for is There's a Ghost in My House. But there's 10,000 copies of Indiana Wants Me. Indiana Wants Me. Gotta see Jane. That one looks a little more rare. I might pick that up. Candy Apple Red. Woman Alive. I might pick that up. But we don't have the one I'm looking for. But I'm going to pick up these others. I would call those placeholders. And let's move on down the list. So we're going to look up Barbara McNair. It does help to have a system, and it helps that these are all alphabetized. Tim, the guy who does the room, does a great job with that. Okay, McNair, so we're over to the M's now, and we're going to look her up. I actually am more organized than I've ever been, because usually I get in here and it's like a squirrel on a wheel, or a gerbil on a wheel. Okay, Madonna's got her own box. MC. McNair. I feel like I'm back in the library as a kid, except records are so much more fun. Mary Jane Girls. I think that was Motown's answer to Vanity 6. Okay, here she is. McNair. McCoy. McDaniels. McDonald. McCartney. Paul's got his own bucket. And let's go over here. McFadden. McGovern. McGuinn. McGuire. Man. McKenzie. Okay. McLean. McNamara. So if it was in there, it would be in here.
These are the small ones. They're like 45 centimeters or 45.
No, it's 45.
Oh.
It would be in here, McClendon. I don't see any McNair. McNamara. Don't see any McNair. McCladder. Clyde. McVie. Sometimes they're mixed up. McVie. She was, of course, with Fleetwood Mac. She had one or two. Okay. I don't see McNair. So put that back. Let's move on down the list. Contours. Back to the contours right there. And I didn't realize that number 62. Baby Hit and Run. And then we'll go to the spinners. Let's see here. C, a lot of C's. Critters. There we go. There's our contours. How about we just do this? There's that just a little misunderstanding. That is a Northern Soul right there. $3. I already have it. I might buy it again. Which one are we looking for? Baby Hit and Run. What else? Just a little misunderstanding. There it is. The original. Did my homework this time. How about I just pick everything up by the contours because they're just that good. Elgins. Okay, so contours definitely are cool. They're priced a little higher. These aren't your dollar ones. Baby Hit and Run. Let's look for it. All right. Do you love me? I'll get that one too. Spent a little money today. Those are placeholders until I find the other one. Okay, what's next? Spinners. Go back to the S's. So O S P Speedy Spin Doctors Spinners. Got a whole section. All right. So spinners, I'm looking for something called I'll Always Love You. And it's on Motown. Well, I'm going to get that. Because I like the VIP label. I think that David Ruffin covered that too. VIP. That's the label that everybody sort of. Ooh, I like this one. It's a shame how the spinners. I'm gonna pick that up. Here they are in Motown. Here's your later Atlantic hits that you all know. You know, they did Cupid, cover of that. Of course, Rubber Band Man was probably their hugest hit. But I'm looking for the old Motown stuff. Could it be on Falling in Love? Another great one. Rubber Band Man. I'm looking for that rare stuff, and I might not be getting all the Northern Soul, but I'm definitely loading up on some gaps. I'm definitely loading up on my Motown and approaching Northern Soul, but gotta start somewhere, right? Winter Over Love, I don't know what that is. I'm looking for the label, Motown, right now. I'm seeing all their later Atlantic stuff, because remember the spinners, and Purvis Jackson told me this when I met him. He said, yeah, we drove the Temptations around. That's a nice twofer right there. Let me pick that up for $1. So that's it. Spirit, I got a line on you. Tim knows his 60s sort of garage. This is a pretty good pickup for $1. Mr. Skin. Mono, I'm going to pick that up. All right. So yes, Spin Doctors. Never pass up a Spin Doctor record if you can help it. It was past their prime. All right, what's next? Sam Reno. Good luck on that. What the hell is that? Let's try it out. LM. Sam and Dave. I think it's going to be in the miscellaneous, but let's check this first. So once again, what are we looking at? Sam Reno Golden Strings. Good luck. Sandpipers. Sam the Sham. Sam the Sham. Sam and Dave. Salvo. Sam Salvo. Sam Remo. Let's try the miscellaneous box. Miscellaneous R. I want miscellaneous S. Yeah. There she lies. Golden strings. Might find some goodies in between, some gems. It's nice to be able to use two hands on these. Get any other S's? Brenda Holloway, the originals, Nero, Walker Knight Supremes. Another Sammy Salvo. Time to start cruising. I'm running out of time. Could run into a gem. Chicken fat. That looks interesting. That's a nice record right there. That's why it's $20. San Reno. S-A-N. Safaris once again. Big beach surf band. And you just go into a whole other genre there. I'm looking for something called San Reno Golden Strings. And it's on Rick Tick Gordy. Good luck, man. Never seen that label, I don't think. Sounds like a combo deal. The Spokesman, Jerry Sims. Interesting. Shep and the Limelights. Taylor Brothers, Terry Stevens. Kenny Starr. Oh, let's try the other one. All right, San Reno and the Golden Strings. That's what we're looking for. It's sort of a shot in the dark. Freddie Scott. Joe's son. They're well loved. A lot of Smiths. Showdown. Boy, that's a thin record. Rodeo song. I know that song. I'm picking it up. Something about a one bald man. Captain Smith and the Redheads. San Reno. San Reno. I get distracted too easy, that's the problem. Shepherd Sisters. I'm sneak. Sharpies. Showman. Steelers. The reason I picked the Motown label is we're in Michigan right now, and I just gotta believe that proximity of Motown in that sort of lake belt, if you will, from Cleveland to Detroit to Chicago and everything in between. A lot of these records were sold and produced and mass produced. I think that's a good place to look for old Motown, old Northern Soul. There's dozens of them just being thrown away daily and destroyed. So as you look through these, you think, well, everyone that I buy and maybe even sell and get it into the hands of the next generation, it's going to preserve that music potentially forever. Because you know the story of a lot of the old blues, a lot of it was never heard because those early 78s got destroyed or lost. Once in a while they'll find one. So if you're ever looking at a 78 and you see Robert Johnson, you might want to pick that one up. Just might want to do that. So, P.F. Sloan. This is getting into needle and haystack territory. So, San Remo, never heard of them, never seen them. It's got to be obscure as hell. So I can't even find the band, let alone the 45. Tab Smith, Wendell Smith, Jack Smith, Sopwith Camel, Cyril Stapleton. I just pulled out the Q drawer. It doesn't look like a Queen fan, but you never know. Pop of the Sugar Shop. Sunshine Boys. Alright. Nothing there. Let's see who's next on the list. Holloway. Go to H. Excuse me. Alright, so that would be a wide angle view. Get an idea, everybody's looking for records in the shop. We're going to go to Brenda Holloway, which would be in the H's, and see what we find. HI. Hollies. So she doesn't have her own slot. Holland. Then you go right to the Hollies. Hollo. She might be under miscellaneous. Buddy Holly. Hollies. Yep. Okay, go to miscellaneous.
Well, I gotta roll on out of here today.
Taking off, Tim? Tim, do you have a miscellaneous for the letter H?
Probably.
Okay. Would it tend to be the last one?
This would be miscellaneous, and that would.
Probably that one too?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yep.
So many records, so little time.
Digging up a bunch of again today.
Well, I'm looking for the Motown mostly, but I'm still trying to find some of those Northern Soul, but they don't seem to be very popular.
Far and few between.
Yeah, I mean, they're not even necessarily hits.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? So I don't, it's sort of like a needle in a haystack. And I'm looking for this Brenda Holloway. It says it's on Motown, but
It
might be mixed in.
she was Pamela, I think.
I think she only did a couple cuts for them. I don't think she was by any means one of their big stars.
There's some in here. Keep hunting.
Okay, cool.
I gotta get rolling.
All right.
Good seeing you.
Yeah, good seeing you again, man. I'm gonna
be up.
I'm gonna be up.
Come and go.
Yeah, I got the boats going, pontoons going in today, so the dock's already in. So it's open season.
There you go.
Just mix up a few cocktails and get out there on it is the key. No,
A nice weekend.
Yeah, definitely. And I've been doing everything I can to publicize you guys and.
Record show in the casino in Manistee tomorrow.
Oh, really? Might have to jump down there.
It's not very far away.
No, I tried to make it to that one in Ann Arbor that you told me about, but something came up.
Yeah.
It's
just a little one down at the. I'm gonna head down there.
That's cool. What do you?
45-minute drive.
Yeah. What do you got your eyes peeled for? Anything?
Anything that catches the eye.
Yeah. I keep saying I gotta narrow my focus, but then every time I do that, I jump in. Oh, this surf rock school, I start collecting in that vein. So since I saw you, I went to Detroit and toured the Motown Museum, and then I went over to Third Man Records where he makes records there.
Yeah, they make records.
And he everybody got a free 45 at the end of the tour.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was like an old Motown act.
Reissue type of thing.
Yeah, it was like the Funk Brothers, but it's a reissue, and if you pay $20 for the tour, it's totally worth it.
Oh, I'm sure.
And
$20.
yeah, and it's like an hour-long tour, and they show you the recording studio, they show you the process, and you're like standing from here, me to you, and they're making brand new records.
Yeah.
So I would recommend it, being a 45 guy. And then, are you going to show us how you make 45s? They go, 45s are a pain in the ass. They go, it's that darn hole.
It's that darn hole.
Yep. But then what was cool, they made up for it by giving everybody a 45.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool.
So,
Well, have fun in Manistee. See you next time, Tim.
Yeah, you too.
If you see anything good, set it aside. DetroitBob will be back. Make sure you check out my YouTube channel. Later. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for Neil Diamond.
Okay.
Sweet Caroline.
Well, that's a good one.
Of course, it's very popular. It's probably, long gone.
Well, yes and no. They probably made 10 million of them, you know what I mean? So, but I saw you over there earlier looking for Queen. Queen's pretty hot right now. So everybody's gobbling them up.
Okay. That looks like it.
Do you got a jukebox or something?
Yeah, I've got a little Rockola.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've got
sitting
a.
in my living room, and I bought it in 1983 for $700.
Oh wow.
It came out of a bar in Motown, Michigan,
Oh, that's cool.
and a friend of mine refurbished them. It's sort of a side hustle.
Where's he based out of?
He was based out of Birmingham, Michigan,
Oh wow.
and he would take these into his garage on weekends. He was a regional manager for R.J. Reynolds Tobacco.
Wow.
He would tell his guys, he sold cigarettes to bars,
Okay.
and he told his guys when they got the old jukeboxes that they're going to replace, let me know.
There you go. Yeah, I bought an old Row AMI. Some Polish woman in Chicago had it, but she was up on the 4th floor, and the thing weighs a ton. I got it out of there, and I had a guy build the amplifier for me, and he got it up and running. So then I started collecting 45s, and now it's sort of an addiction.
Yeah.
It's fun though.
So we're Rock Franklin owes you.
Yeah. It would be he should have his own section, and if it's not in there, then you're not going to find it. Yeah, I'm looking for more obscure stuff now, and
Like what?
well, I started selling some of my 45s, and over in England they like sort of this, they call it Northern Soul, but it's not necessarily just Motown. It's these are more obscure stuff that they play at the dance clubs and the dance halls in the 60s, and they just started collecting American soul,
You're kidding.
and different DJs tried to outdo each other. So some of it's sort of obscure, but you find a record and it's, $200,
Wow.
and it's someone you never heard of. It might be on Motown, but you never heard of the guy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got the list, and I got the list of the top 500.
Wow.
And it's a little needle in a haystack, but I found one last time I was here. It's like, yeah, okay, cool.
Which one was it?
It was the Contours.
Oh, sure. I remember that.
Yeah, well, their big hit was "Do You Love Me," but just a little misunderstanding. It's a $20 record, and they're selling it for $3. So, makes it sort of fun. In the beginning, I bought just everything, My wife's like, "What are you going to do with all those old records?"
Well, see, I grew up in the 50s, so I have
You get a good memory of it.
I had a lot of them that I own.
Yeah.
And my jukebox holds 80 of them.
Oh, that's good that you kept them. Because a lot of people, I got rid of all my records.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, the wife's got me on a timer. So I started a YouTube page, and I've actually filmed myself looking for old records, and sure enough, people I got some good traction. Baby, I'm for real. And I'm gonna get that.
Motown had some, you know, I would say second tier, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
people right below
Well,
Smokey Robinson and
right,
Diana Ross.
right. And
Like Mary Wells.
yeah, and those are the ones that tend to be a little more collectible if you're looking for value and rarity and stuff like that, which is sort of fun. Because I put all of mine on a database, and it tells you, oh, this is the current value, and you should be surprised what people are paying for these things. I picked up a record. It was an LP, but it's like African folk music.
Really?
And it was on Folkway Records, and I'm like, it seems to me that's sort of like a rare label or something. So I picked it up for 75 cents, sold it for 200. These guys were in a fight who was going to get it. So the guy said, I want that record. And I'm like, okay. He goes, I'm from Australia. I go, I can't ship to Australia. So he goes, send it to my friend's place in Chicago. I go, okay, throw an extra $20 in. It's a done deal. Sent me the money.
Wow. For a 45?
No, it was an LP. I just picked it. You know, if I see LPs in the bargain bin and they're clean and they're neat and they look interesting, I'll pick them up. All right, Nero, Francis Nero.
Well, like, you know, you think of a group like the Four Tops.
Yep. Oh, these guys are selling the rights to their catalog. Like Queen is holding out for $1 billion for the rights to their catalog, the publishing rights. But I think Bob Dylan just got $500 million. And you're like, well, why did you sell me? He goes, what did
What's he going to do with it?
what am I going to do with it? I'm 82 years old.
That's my age.
Well, there you go.
42.
Yep. Simon and Garfunkel, same thing. I think they got a 500 million.
Wow.
And then what these companies do, they put those songs in commercials. They put them in, these TV shows, and then they get popular again, and people start, either buying them or streaming them on the internet, and they make money all over again.
Yeah, you're right. I remember when Toyota released it last year or so, had a song by Sly and the Family Stone.
Yeah,
Commercial.
there you go. Someone, and whoever owns that, I'm sure Sly sold his catalog and would want it back because they weren't getting the kind of money back then that they're getting now. But the one, I forget her name, but she had some obscure song, and it got that one show, about ghosts or something, Stranger Things. All the kids watch it on Netflix. Well, it became a hit again, and they said she's making $1 million a year in royalties now.
Wow.
Over a song that was dead until they put it on that show.
Neil Diamond.
Good luck. That's a great song, though. That's a great jukebox song. Once in a while, you can find it on a reissue where the B-side is good, too. I like that when you get...
Yeah.
They repress it on and put a good second song. Yeah, this is a nice room he's got here.
Yeah.
Everything's organized. A lot of the stuff I get, I'm crawling around on the ground, going through boxes and stuff at these flea markets. It's sort of a pain. All right, let's try the next one here. What do we got? Junior Walker and the All-Stars. Their big hit was Shotgun, but
Who's the group?
Junior Walker and the All-Stars.
That's Motown.
Yeah, it's Motown.
Let's see, he went to classify him up there with Smokey Robinson
Yeah,
or the Temps.
yeah, he was a little bit a step down.
Yeah.
And then I think he changed labels later in his career. Okay, Junior Walker, WW.
Hello,
Hey, what's up?
I'm done.
All right.
I'm not wasting valuable time.
Okay, I got one more guy I got to look for. Junior Walker.
We were supposed to be done at 1:45. It's 1:51. We're wasting time here. It's beautiful outside.
Okay. I'm going to look through this little slot where it says Junior Walker, and then I'll finish the rest next time. This guy's got the same thing. He's got a jukebox that he bought. So his wife said he could stay here all day.
Oh, that's great.
He's from Birmingham.
Here, I'm going to look through this.
Okay, so
No, I'm going to let you know.
Tune Up is the name of the song I'm looking for.
What stack do you want me to look at?
Right here.
What's it called? Tune Up?
Yeah, I can do it faster than you.
Okay, what about this stack?
No, that's not Junior Walker. What does it take to win your love? Shoot your
Here, give
shot.
me the half of the pile.
No, that's all right. The boomerang. Look through those, make sure I didn't miss it. Tune Up is the name of the song. Hey, maybe I can put you to work.
No, I'm not going to look through that, hon. You're already doing that. Why would I, I don't have to duplicate the effort.
That looks interesting. How sweet it is to be loved by you. That would be a good placeholder.
Nice to talk.
Take care.
See ya.
Good luck. Tune Up.
Come on. If I didn't come and get you, I would have been in my car for another hour.
Well, I was looking for your text. You must not have texted
I
me.
did.
Oh, it doesn't come through when I'm filming then. Do the boomerang.
All right, come on. Let's
Here
go.
it is, Tune Up. All right, you guys, this is a Northern Soul right here, Tune Up, and I just found it. Where's the list?
It's right here.
The list right here. This is number 389 on the list, Tune Up by Junior Walker and the All-Stars. So this right here just makes this whole trip worth it. Yeah, it's beat up, but we're definitely getting it, so that is good.
Right now?
Yeah, just been filming the whole time.
Okay.
How sweet it is. Sweet soul. Okay,
All right.
it was worth it.
Where's the file?
Stack of stuff. Make sure I got the right stack, right? All right, let's get out of here.
Well, why don't you put your little bin back? I
Bring them up front. Tell Riley to start adding those up.
Riley, my husband said to start adding these up.
Oh, go up to the front desk, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get you here.
She's a little new at the game.
Oh, yeah.
Any,
Get rid of this stuff. Put this in the car.
All right. How you been, man?
Good, how are you?
Very good. Yeah, I went down and toured that Motown museum,
Yeah.
and so I'm on a Motown kick, right? But I got a chance to talk to Tim, get caught up with him, and
Nice.
the. Have you subscribed to the YouTube page yet? You should check it out. Stage and record collecting, where I'm using a list. So I went into RPM Records this week, and I thought the best list is Northern Soul Top 500. Why? Because it's really a deep dive into soul music, which I love that genre anyways. And it's very collectible. Number one on the list, Frank Wilson. Of course, they didn't have it. But when this list was put together, it was going for 15,000 pounds. Now, I'm not just collecting music for money. I'm not collecting records to make money. I'm collecting for fun, but you better have an idea what the value of these records are. That's why I always give you value and prices. Yeah, I'll sell one occasionally, and as you approach 10,000 records, you're probably going to need to start selling some of your collection, but upgrading it at the same time. So it's like a pipe. There's always water coming in and water going out. Otherwise, you're going to just end up with a house full of records. And when you die, your kids are going to be stuck getting rid of all that junk. So that's where I'm at. Let's see what I got. I got the list. I started looking through it. And first of all, this Dean Taylor, I knew him because he sang Indiana Want Me. But I didn't get that one on the list, but I got some placeholders that I thought looked pretty cool. Now remember, Rare Earth is a Motown label, and my strategy was to pick out all the Northern Soul that are also on a Motown label. Soul is a Motown label. VIP is a Motown label. Rare Earth, Motown itself. Don't forget these Jobette labels. All of them, Tamla, are Motown subsidiaries, VIT. So Rare Earth is a Motown label. So here we go. We got some placeholders by R. Dean Taylor. Here's his big hit, Indiana Wants Me. Not a very expensive record to get, but Candy Apple Red, a little off the beaten path. Now, Al Wilson was on the list, okay? But we're looking for the Snake on Soul City. But I got Show and Tell, which is a great record. I don't have it. I wanted it in my collection. So there you go. And now we're getting into some Little Misunderstanding. That's a Northern Soul record. I paid $3 for it, but I know it's Northern Soul. I bought one there, so I got a second, okay? I got a third, okay? Little minor variations. All these are cutouts, too. It's almost makes me think, hey, I'm in Michigan, and someone who worked for Motown had a bunch of cutouts and just dumped them into a collection. So interesting. Look at how many of these are cutouts with a drill hole. Another drill hole, but just a little misunderstanding. I think this was in that movie. What was it called? The producers, about the Irish kids that put together like a kick-ass soul band. It was an early 90s movie, and I think they covered the song. Help me out, fans. Hey, look at this. Another Northern Soul. Now, this one priced really well. It was like $12 or $13. I paid $3. Why do I need to know that? Am I going to sell it? I might, but I need to know the value. Did I get a $13 record? Did I get a $3 record? Did I buy a $1 record for $3? I need to know that, so next time I sort of have a gauge of where I'm going, okay? Here's that VIP label, the one they said, oh, this one never got much attention. They sort of dumped the spinners on it. Turns out these have value. Why? They were undersold probably, but the spinners, yes, they were a Motown act, and there they are. Here's a great song. I love it. Stevie Wonder wrote it, co-wrote it. It's a shame. You probably heard it and didn't even realize it was a Spinner song. It sounds like early Temptations. It really is a great song. There's another Truly Yours, a great value, and there's Spinners right there on the Motown label. So when I met Purvis Jackson, we talked about Motown. He said, yeah, we used to drive the Temptations around when we worked for Motown. So they made it big with Tom Bell when they moved to Philadelphia and started recording for the great Philly soul producer. And by that time, they had Philippe Wynne, is that his name, the lead singer? But Rubber Band Man was just, if you don't dance when this song comes on, man alive, this is a great song. So I picked it up because I love that oldies series. This is not an old record, it's a reissue, but I always pick up those oldies reissues. Look at that. I'm into S's, so I picked up this by Spirit, Mr. Sin, and it's off of that great psychedelic 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus album, so you gotta get that. My gosh. The rodeo song, anybody in the Midwest knows this. It was played on jukeboxes. Here Comes Johnny with blah blah blah. It's sort of vulgar, but it was a great hit, and there you go. Oddity, I picked it up. It's probably worth 25 cents. Paid $1 for it. So sometimes I thought maybe it was some kind of chicken fat. It sounded like a little rockabilly song. Casual Sex by Carrie McDowell. No, it's really not that popular. It's a promo. I think it's a $5 record, though, because it's a promo. Motown is starting to lose their shine a little bit in this period. Even like Rick James had come and gone. But he may have been still on the label, but the bottom line, Lionel Richie, DeBarge was probably selling a lot at this point, but there's a lot of people that just didn't make it. And the originals, they have a record on that list, okay? The Northern Soul Top 500. I picked this one up. It looked interesting. It's a placeholder. It's pretty beat up. Now I'm getting into Junior Walker and the All-Stars. Now, you know this song, How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You. You know it because James Taylor covered it. But did you know that Junior Walker has got a kick-ass original version right here, right here? Of course, written by Holland Dozier Holland, probably the greatest songwriting team besides Smokey, coming out of Motown. So there it is. There's the original. Great, great song. And yes, I found a cool Northern Soul. It's like number 300 something, but it's the B-side. It's Tune Up by Junior Walker and the All-Stars. It's a little beat up, but overall the record itself is in pretty good shape. The A-side on that one, Do the Boomerang. So there you go. You take that combined with the extra records I got from Kev for my birthday and some cool old label stuff here. There's the classic Patsy Cline Decca label, right? So his father-in-law, Earl, has got an eye for this kind of stuff. He does it all the time. The Sun label, there's a Johnny Cash on the old Sun label, and this old Cadence label. So I got some nice throw-ins, but check this out. On top of all that, I got this little box here. Let's take a look at this. What does this have inside? Kev is really a master at getting unique birthday gifts. Look at a DetroitBob set of whiskey tumblers. Look at that. And what is that thing in the side there? Holy cow. It's an impaled guitar pick. And I've seen this done with like bullets and stuff like that. But is that cool or what? So DetroitBob is very thankful, and he's very gracious in getting gifts. You know, Stone Soup, when people hear you got something going, and Kev's a master at this, just picking up on the theme and getting in on it. So I got some great tumbler here. It's just going to go great with the whiskey that he got me to go with it. And I'm thinking of Manhattan, which I like even better than Old Fashions, with some Traverse City whiskey in there and some cherries. But Kev got me this high-end whiskey that I'm going to definitely try out first. So look at that. I got two of them. So maybe I'll end the episode or open the episodes with a nice whiskey. So, hey, tune in next week. We got some great Jack White stuff we got to unveil. Hit the button to subscribe at the bottom. Let's keep this baby going. It's growing leaps and bounds. And we'll see you then. All right. This week I decided to concentrate on Motown records that were also Northern Soul. So I worked the list and I came up with some good ones. And look at this. I paid $38, okay, for a stack of 45s. Medium value on those was 102 and high value 301. The high value, no, these records aren't worth 301, but a perfect record of each of those in perfect condition probably sold for that total price right there. But I think I meet or beat medium value in terms of condition and price. Everybody says, well, you shouldn't collect records for money. No, you shouldn't. You should just be doing it for the love of the records. But you better know your values. That's why I give you these prices. You can sell it, yeah. At some point, you're going to have to make the decision whether you sell your records or just keep turning into a hoarder with 10,000 records. And I'm getting pretty close to that. So my philosophy, if I do sell records, is to take that money and then put it back into the collection. And instead of a $3 record, buy a $30 record next time. So that's what we're talking. You have to know value. Whether you actualize that value or not, it gives you an idea about supply and demand, and it gives you an idea of rarity. So I'm going to keep working the Northern Soul list. I hope my friends from the UK chime in and give me some advice. It definitely helped getting that 500 best Northern Soul list from my buddies over in the UK on that Northern Soul site. So check that out too. Talk to you guys later.
All right, DetroitBob back at you. We're doing a little gem of the week here, and we had a long episode, but I wanted to show you what it takes to find a gem. The time, the patience, and thank God my wife came in and got me out of there because I could have kept going for hours. But here you see my overall page, Detroit Bob. I've been on Discogs since 2020, and you can look this up. I've got a great buyer rating, a great seller rating, and look at the estimated collection value, low, medium, and high. That's why I think you should enter all your stuff in Discogs from day one. And here it is, the gem of the week. Pull that up now. Do the Boomerang is the A side, but the tune that is the Northern Soul list number in the 300s is Tune Up. And if you look at that, produced by Gordy and Horn, and it's taken from album number 701, Shotgun. So it's on the Shotgun album, and that was the huge hit for Junior Walker and the All-Stars. So it's on the Cool Soul label. It's, you know, this, my copy is about in the same condition of that. Matter of fact, my copy is, if you look at it, it's down here. My copy is very good, okay? And I made a note that has a tear and a stain on the label. So if I ever sell it, the buyer knows what he's getting. Let's talk about this record. Do the Boomerang backed with Tune Up, which is the Northern Soul song off of it. And it was released in 1965 in the U.S. On May 13th. It was vinyl. It was 45 RPM. It was 7-inch, and it was considered a single. And the label was the soul label, as we discussed. Now, the genre is funk/soul, and the style is rhythm and blues. So Northern Soul, I think, is what we would call a category. I don't think it's really a genre or a style, but it specifically refers to the songs from Northern UK, not Northern US, that the clubs have played and the casinos over the years. We talked a lot about this before. 25 want this record, and 35 have it. So that tells you right there, not a lot of people have it. And out of the 35, whenever it's more than a 50% ratio of the people that want it versus have, so you're 60% probably plus there. Let's look at the sales history. It last sold for $7.53. Okay, what's the top sale price? $25. And you can look, see if any of them are for sale. Here they are. If you want to go buy some, you can touch this box also and see there's that $25 one right there. A lot of these are for sale in the UK. So, but you can do your homework, and I think my record is definitely worth in that price range. If you want to check and see, let's go sell vinyl. And let's just put in, I'm going to sell very good. And I'm going to just say generic. And $13.24 is what they recommend you sell it for. So I would dare say that that record would get that much money. And that sort of tells you how much value it has. Because very good is a good rating. I have one copy. I already noted it. Here you can go down into videos, and it does have a video of the Boomerang, and then the Junior Walker and the All-Stars tune-up. There you go. So right there. Probably get away playing about 5 seconds. There you go. There's the intro to it. Definitely dance. So you go back out of there. There's other versions of it. Blah, blah, blah. You can take this back up. Here's the details. Your producer, tune-up, Gordy and Horn, written by Audrey DeWalt. I've seen her pop up on other songs too. Other versions, you can go in there. You can see the Canadian version, the UK version, another US version, a mono version, different pressings. A wealth of information. There's a promo with the big A on it. Here's the one I have, the US single. Australia, Netherlands, and one on the Purple Soul label. So that's interesting there. So you can look there and say, oh, okay, that one's a lot more valuable too. It's never been sold. Well, there's 2 for sale now. Let's see what they say. They're both out of the UK. So these are collected in the UK because of the Northern Soul phenomena. So what did I pay for it? I paid $3. I think mine's worth all of $13.24. I'm going to keep collecting Northern Soul, and I'm going to keep bringing this great information to you guys. Cheers. So hit that subscribe button so I can give you this information, and we'll see you next time.